Alright guys, Ian and Derek from Social Coast Disc Golf, and we're back with some more 2016 Wintertime Open. We got round 2, part 2. Joining me is Derek Curdy. Say what's up, D.
What's up, guys?
There he is. And if you guys are wondering where round 1 is, it'll be coming out eventually. I think, Derek, are you going to work on those?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Yeah, so we haven't forgot about them. They're coming out, just not right away. But anyway, hey, D.
What's up, Ian?
Let's watch some disc golf. All right, guys, starting off part 2 on hole 10. Paul has a, 3-stroke lead over Eagle. He's been playing really solid today. We're starting off on hole 10, 315. Traditional forehand hole, D?
Yeah, it's a forehand, a big flex Annie forehand shot to get around these trees.
Yeah, and then get around these last set of bushes. You see some people go high, some people go low and play the skip shot. Traditionally, Paul goes high. He's got to start a story right here. Let's see what he does.
See that angle he starts it off on?
Yeah.
And he still caught the trees.
Yeah. I think it's the first time I've seen him not park this hole. He seemed to have it on lockdown. Simon puts a little too much on his. Sends it out wide. Should be an easy par. And there is OB just to the right of the basket, right, Derek?
Yep.
Yeah, you can see the little yellow tape right there. Eagle McMahon up third.
Eagle was great to watch round 1. It's not a surprise he's up at the top card today.
Yeah, he's been playing great today. It was really, really solid golf. And legs it out.
Look at that.
Yeah, just
You can skip.
a little bit left, but a little putt for 2. And we got Michael Knowles, our up-and-comer out of Washington, Salem Islands. Super nice guy. Almost got our second cameraman, Peter Mars. And our recent AMA subject, Steve Rico. Busting out his forehand.
I like the way Steve uses his bag of chalk prior to his forehand shots. Really make sure he's got his grip ready to go.
Does he do that? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah, right on. So Paul going over the trees on his second shot. And leaves it a little left, a little long. But well within his range for par. And looking at Simon, he can't really run this because they got the OB behind the basket, so.
I don't know. That was a little more than a half go.
It did look like a half go, didn't it?
A little more, maybe.
There's Michael just laying up, and Eagle definitely could putt this for birdie. Yeah. A little short.
Oh.
And in the bushes over there is Steve Rico, and that was a gangster putt, D.
Wow. What a putt.
Yeah, stretching it out from the knee.
I think he had a window over there, but still, that's no easy shot.
Yeah, it looked like he definitely was at least a little bit uncovered in. And Paul missed the putt in the circle.
That's surprising. That was the one thing he said when I was talking to him earlier. He's like, I'm not going to win if I can't make putts inside the circle.
Yeah, but when he makes them outside the circle like he does, it kind of makes up for it a little bit.
Yeah, what did he say? That hole 9 was the easiest hole on the course?
Yeah, when you're Paul Macbeth, it is.
When you're Paul Macbeth problems?
Yeah, for everybody else, it's hole 8. Too funny, man. Paul taking an uncharacteristic bogey. His lead's only 2 over Eagle. And we're on to hole 11, 500-foot just straight bomber. Pretty wide open. I've only seen people hit the telephone pole or the telephone wires. I believe Simon's hit it a couple years past.
I think guys say they actually aim for it, knowing they're going to turn it one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But then they hit it, and I don't know if that's good or bad. You hit what you were aiming for.
Yeah, right? You're a little too good sometimes. Steve Rico playing the flex shot. A little high. Didn't get quite the turn he wanted. Going to finish short left, but it's a pretty easy birdie if you're that far out there.
That looked like it kicked off a wire. That came down kind of funny.
I wonder if it did.
Maybe.
Yeah, looking at Simon throwing his S-Line PD2.
Man, what a crush.
Yeah, this guy just throws far. Not quite enough turn, but still within his putting range. And Eagle McMahon lining up a backhand. Definitely has the power to get it there. And that is looking beautiful, Derek.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, there it is.
That hit so square, it kicked back 40 feet, dude.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous. Round on round. You can't hit it any squarer than he did right there. Pretty solid drive from Michael right there. And Paul rocking his McPro Star Destroyer. McPro AVR Stamp Star Destroyer.
Yeah, the AVR Destroyer.
Yeah. And fading out a little early again, but still, again, within Paul's range for Eagle.
Yeah, that's a great shot, man.
Good shot of the disc right there from Peter. So Eagle going forehand on his second shot here. And gets pretty close.
I can see why a lot of people think this ought to be a par three for the pros, but when you step up to this, it's a tough par four
Yeah,
or
it's
par three
yeah,
if it were.
it's really far, and these bushes make for interesting putting and upshots.
Yeah, I like Jeff Sporer from West Coast Disc Golf, how he plays out to the road because you're just playing for a three,
Yeah, totally. Unless you're Paul or Simon or something, or Eagle.
which I'm not actually.
Yeah,
So yeah.
neither am I. It turns out that was Paul missing his Eagle putt. This is Simon for Eagle. Ooh, almost got it. Just a little bit short. That was, I believe, Michael missing his birdie putt, unfortunately. Hit kind of an awkward stance back there. This is Eagle for birdie. I'll never get used
Yeah,
to saying that.
the filming here, you can see those bushes are everywhere. It's
Yeah,
not an easy putt or approach. Sometimes you're standing right in a bush or right behind it.
yeah. Even if you're 5 feet away, you could have a completely encumbered putt. Look like everybody taking a birdie except for Michael right there. Paul's lead still 2 over Eagle, and we're going back the other way for another 500 feet for another par 4. This time the basket is up on that little ridge D.
Yeah, that spine that just makes putting treacherous on this hole, and you're gonna see, except for some of these guys, you're gonna see everybody throw their drive and then just play smartly into the hill for a three. If your putt goes awry, you're gonna have a long comeback.
Yeah. Steve Rico, and I gotta think this is his worst drive all tournament.
Yeah, that had to come out early. I mean, that's not a Steve drive right there.
Nah, and that is like the worst place to be in all those trees. Simon going back to that S-line PD2 and has Simon Lazat problems turning over a PD2 too much.
Wow. Yeah.
650.
And just crush. He's actually past the basket a little bit.
He's a ways past the basket.
Yeah, a little bit quite to the right as well. Eagle. God, I love this kid's form, Derek.
Yeah, that's beautiful flight. Just perfect execution.
That is tracking beautifully.
Get it!
What a shot.
Dang, it even sticks it.
Wow.
That's a park job for Eagle right there.
That was John Babin in the background, who's always out there, and he was just said that was the best shot of the whole tournament.
I believe it. Not many people can throw that far, and you can't get much closer than he just did. Paul turns over his Star Destroyer a little bit too much, and Michael looks like he's kind of just playing for the smart birdie, Derek.
Yeah, exactly. And this hole's kind of tricky because usually you have a little bit of a headwind, so when you're trying to play that turn and get max distance, you run the risk of overturning and then just leaving yourself with a typical upshot and taking your three.
Exactly. I gotta think Michael could have got there if that was a little bit lower, actually, though.
A lot of these guys can actually get it pretty close, but even then, you don't really have a good look at it because if you miss, you're looking at a 40-foot comebacker.
Yeah, exactly. That was Steve Rico from the trees. This is Michael who's laid out for a birdie.
Textbook.
Textbook, exactly. That's how most everybody's gonna play it. And this is Paul for Eagle. Or birdie.
I gotta think that was just a bad run. He was going for it.
Yeah, there's Simon for Eagle. Ooh, not quite. And here is Steve for a birdie, and it drops off really fast on the other side of this basket. And he runs it, but fortunately I believe that's stuck. And here is Eagle for a Simon.
Eagle for Simon.
Eagle for Simon. That was a great Simon right there. And Rico making his par, coming back up the other side. Simon coming back for a birdie. Paul has a drop in birdie after Michael has a drop in birdie. And here's another reason I love Simon Lazat.
Yeah, there he is.
That guy's just awesome, man. I seriously wish he was on every single card I filmed.
He's a lot of fun to watch.
He really is, man. Not just the shots, but the personality, too. He's got it all. We're on to hole 13 here, 315, throwing over OB pretty much the entire way. You can see the yellow tape down there is your OB. And then the basket's pretty close to that line, which makes putting pretty scary, Derek.
Yeah, these guys are gonna try to drop some sort of mid-range in there and just make it slide right up to the basket as close as they can, and hopefully make a putt. If you hang it out too wide, you're definitely gonna have some death putt issues.
Oh yeah, for sure. It is pretty sandy though, so you get pretty good sticks right here. You see Eagle, he's gonna have a pretty putt. It's a death putt, but fortunately for him, it's near 100% make range for him.
That was a really nice shot, really nice control from Eagle.
Mm-hmm. And Simon coming up a little bit short, a little too much hyzer on that one. Kind of a difficult
Ooh.
putt. Yeah, I barely stayed in bounds. And Paul's throwing his Strock. It's Star Rock.
Yep.
3. And
Tracking nicely.
it's Star Parked.
Parked.
Yeah, beautiful shot. And Michael flirting with these trees a little low here. And I gotta say, lucky to get through, Derek.
Yeah, that's pretty lucky. That's a scary shot. He's glad to have made it to the other side.
Yeah, and he's inbounds and it stayed in there. Steve Rico. Beautiful looking drive right here.
Steve's played this hole a time or two.
Just a couple. So that was Michael. I just landed for a par. Missed that shot. This is where Simon ended up. This is his putt for 2. Not a death putt at least, but not the easiest putt either.
That was a good run. That's a tough look.
Yeah. And we got Steve for birdie. This could roll a B real easily if he misses.
Whew, that was a good miss.
Yeah, it was a good sit. And Eagle putting right at the OB. See what he can do. Just super solid all day, Derek.
Yeah, I'm telling you, a couple of years, if Eagle doesn't slam his finger in any more car doors, he's going to be really good.
Trunks, Derek, trunks.
Trunks. Sorry, Prius trunks.
Prius trunks. That was Simon making a par. This is Steve making a par. And that's Paul's disc underneath the basket. And they eventually let him putt.
Yeah, he's pretty good at frisbees.
He's good at tossing them frisbees. So his lead is what? Still 2 over Simon. I think, and we're on to hole 14, 458-foot par 3. Most people go up the middle, right along the telephone wire. Other people with ridiculous arms will go giant Sky Annie to just get around everything. And this basket is tucked in these trees. It's a really tough par 3, Derek.
Yeah, I think this is probably my favorite hole in the course because it's a true golf hole with a first placement shot, and if you're lucky, you get a run at birdie. Otherwise, you're just playing a good up shot and taking a 3.
Yep. And there is OB to the right. If your Annie doesn't get any fade, you could easily go OB.
Yeah, you have 15's tee and you have 9's tee both right there, so they have a OB line.
Exactly. Paul going Star Destroyer on this big hyzer flip to Sky Annie line. And that's looking pretty sweet, Derek.
Yeah, that's going to be way down there. It's still a real tough look for birdie, though.
Yeah, you have that low ceiling by the basket. You can see where his disc landed. There is the basket. That's
what a shot.
That's a legitimate look for a 2 right there.
Yes.
Yeah, which almost plays like an eagle, honestly. You don't see hardly any birdies on this one. And Simon going low, but finds a window.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't take the outside line.
I know, right? He's definitely got the power for it. Seems like the less risky line when you have Simon's power. You don't have to flirt with that OB at all. It should be a par for Simon, though. And Michael, a great looking shot.
Yeah, flex back out. It should be finished pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oop. Oh, wow. He would have looked at birdie if that stayed clean. And Steve Rico, the boss.
That was looking good. He's going to fade a little early. Going to have to just deal with an upshot and take a par.
Yeah, fortunately he got around all those trees you kind of need to get around. So
yeah, he really did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see his line right here. It's a pretty easy up and down for a par. Got to get over the hill and under the ceiling, which Steve does perfectly. Yeah. And Simon, I think he's going to run up and... Yeah, he's running this one.
Wow, I liked his step-up run.
Yeah, that was interesting. He definitely he has that nose-up floaty putt that just stays on a line.
You know, I looked closely and I noticed he putts with a power grip, it looks like.
No way, really?
It's a lot of spin. Maybe not all the time, but I saw it at least once.
Oh, interesting. Michael missed his birdie putt. That was Eagle missing his, and this is Paul to get a stroke on the card right here. And probably the field, honestly.
Oh, wow.
That was ridiculous.
Eagle was real close to draining his, man. If he gets that putt dialed in, he's going to be giving Paul some problems in the future.
For sure. Oh, Simon.
Yeah, he knew it right away. He just walked away from it.
He did. He's like, oh, my goodness. Eagle makes his comeback along with Michael. Going to be taking pars. Steve also has a little drop in for par. And Simon going to be taking the lone bogey.
Yeah, that's tough. You really need to get 3s here to stay in contention.
Yeah. If you don't go OB on your drive, you really should be taking up at least a par.
Yes.
So Paul's doing work again. He's up by 2 over Eagle now. Again, we're on to hole 15, and this is a new hole this year, right, Derek?
Right, so they took last year's hole 14 and 15 and combined them. They actually played it in the Safari Final 9 of last year. And now you have a hole that's really geared towards the right hand forehand or left hand backhand.
Yeah, absolutely. See the basket right there? Just short of the basket. So there is a Mando. See that cone? You need to go left of that tree, which Paul does well with his Star Destroyer.
Yep, just scoot it around there and let it flare on up and give yourself a good look at the upshot.
Yeah, in a pretty perfect spot, honestly. Pretty sure that's Metal Flake Max from Eagle.
That was pretty overstable.
Yeah, that thing is beastly overstable. And Michael was throwing his Outlaw, but oh man, just didn't get quite around that tree. Missed the Mando. And looking at Steve Rico.
Man, Steve just got a great all-around game. That was an unlucky kick, but
Yeah,
he's got all the shots.
Sure does.
And this,
Yeah. Simon going backhand roller. He did make the
wow,
Mando, but unluckily hit that tree. But
so close to being clean.
yeah, he's back to smiling after that last hole, which is nice to see, right?
Yes.
And so Michael's playing from the drop zone, which is that tee pad, and that was a ridiculous forehand, Derek.
Yeah, he almost canned his par.
He did, yeah.
Or I'm sorry, bird.
Yeah. And Steve also busting out a nice forehand. Tracking beautifully. Should make that putt all day. Card is birdie. And Simon, he lined up a backhand Annie with a putter, then went back to the bag for a forehand, which looks like that'll work.
Yeah, he'll make that putt.
Mm-hmm. There's Peter filming for us. And Paul going Nova. So you know it's going to be within 5 feet of the basket. I'll call it 8. And Eagle going forehand.
That's a nice looking forehand hyzer shot.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a complete game. The Eagle has one at a crazy young age.
He does, yeah.
That was a Simon Cardenas birdie. This is Michael to save a par.
Ouch.
Oh, man. Wanted that one. Especially with everybody else probably carding birdies right here.
Yeah, that's a tough hole.
Steve's making that one all day. So is Paul. Yep. And there is Eagle. Nice birdies from everybody. But Michael is going to be taking a bug, losing a couple of strokes, unfortunately. And Paul's lead still 2 over Eagle. And we are on to hole 15. And this one has a Mando off the tee. Got to go right. You're going uphill. The Mando tree is right there.
They changed the tee pad. You used to have a bit of a different view, and now it's over to the left, so you see a little bit more of the guys shooting for that left fairway, where our aerial footage is going down the right fairway, so to speak.
Exactly, yeah. There's kind of 2 fairways once you get up the hill. I believe Paul's going to start a story right here. One of his AJ ones.
Paul throws Star Destroyers these days?
Just a few, just here and there, you know.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Sprinkled in. Or like every hole this tournament. Either Star Destroyer or Star Rock, it seems like, off the tee.
Yeah.
And Eagle going a little forehand right here.
I really like what he's working with because of the way the fairway's shaped. The flexing, S-curve forehand shot, I think can get you pretty far down there. Although we saw Michael Moulton get it within 60 feet of the basket just on a line drive earlier.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. So Steve hung it out a little bit right, dropped down. Might be able to recover a birdie with a miraculous second shot. And Simon just came out early, Derek.
It looked like he was trying for a hyzer flip. I think that would have worked, too, if it could have just straightened out a little bit higher.
Absolutely.
Kind of like what Michael's doing right here.
Yeah, this is a pretty perfect line, honestly. Stays clean the whole way. See the basket up there. That should be a really easy birdie for Michael. Simon going forehand roller right here?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Oh, the tree.
Oh, man. Got him. Steve going backhand. His second shot.
That's a good look right down the window.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's some trees out there.
Yeah, there's just a couple on this one. It's a tough tee shot and it's a tough up shot. It's a good 3 if you get it. And looking at Eagle's second shot, playing the hyzer line.
Whoa, double kick.
Yeah, stays in bounds though at least. And McBeast looks like a champ rock 3. That's
Yeah, that's gonna work.
yeah, that'll play. Look at it, Simon's third shot.
Look at that touchy little shot he tried to throw.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's playing it off the fence.
He told me he was trying to take the inside line and missed.
Oh.
Wait, we could say he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
And that was Michael just after a great drive, just landed for a birdie. And this is Steve's third shot.
Oh, off the cage.
Wow, that was uncanny close. Here's Eagle for birdie, and to keep pace with Michael and Paul.
There it is.
Oh, he knew it. He knew it.
Bang, man. Yeah, buddy.
Good shot, Eagle.
Great putt. Here is Simon to save a par. Which after that drive, no shame in that.
Great par save.
For sure. Steve coming back for his par. And Michael and Paul are just going to be dropping in some birdies. Good stuff right there. Tough hole.
Yeah, that is a tough hole. I don't think you see as many threes as you do fours.
Yeah, totally agree. That tee shot is so intimidating.
It's treacherous, yeah.
Yep. So on to hole 16, or sorry, hole 17 now. It's a Mando. Got to go right of this tree right here, and then left of another tree over to your right. So you can't take the road route, I don't think anymore. And then there is this island green. So in between the rocks is OB, and then if you go long, you're also OB again.
Yeah, if you want to take a T-bird right at it, the line is there. But if you come sliding in, the rocks are gonna just pop you right back into the road, and you're gonna have a OB stroke.
Exactly. I think that's actually what Paul's throwing right here, and that's what happened to Paul.
Ah, that's what happens.
Yeah. You haven't seen this footage, just to clarify.
No, I haven't.
Yeah. And Eagle going forehand right here, which I haven't seen from anybody.
No, but he's got a really solid forehand. I was kind of surprised, and it was really enjoyable. Well, to see it in person almost all day, it was really good.
Until that shot.
Just that one shot I hadn't seen.
Yeah. Michael is playing the smart layup shot right here. Just
Notice how he plays between the picnic benches, but to the right of the barbecue.
Yeah.
That's critical.
That is. When you're playing that low, it is.
Yeah, Stevie.
And it looks like Steve is also laying up. That needs to sit. Oh. Ooh.
I don't know. That was pretty aggressive for a layup.
Yeah, it was. That was a good kick to stay in bounds. And Simon? Oh my goodness, D.
Yeah, that's tough. Gave it the fist pump of hate, I believe.
I think so. So he's going to try see if he can save a par here. And he's going for the island with a forehand here. And
Settle.
off OB and settles inbounds. He's got
Ooh, wow.
a putt to save his par. And Eagle looking at his second shot, also trying to get to the island. I believe he's going to land this big hyzer line with a forehand.
Wow, that is a great looking hyzer shot.
Yeah, he just crushes it up there with like simply no effort. It looks
Boom.
like anyway, and then he's parked.
Boom, stamp, boom, parked.
Yep. And Michael giving himself a little run there for birdie.
Yeah, he gave it a chance. There's room to run this. You don't have the OB right behind the basket.
Exactly. Paul looking to save his par after an OB stroke.
Oh, he thought it was in, man. You see that?
He was thinking about it right there. And
He's
Steve,
thinking, oh, McBeast.
McBeast mode activate. Rico for bird. Get a stroke on the card, not so much. Gonna be taking a par. And looking at Simon trying to save his par.
Oh, same as Paul, just
Yep.
scooted right off of the lip of the cage.
Yep, makes his comebacker for a 4. This is Eagle dropping in a 3.
My weekend's away.
Or maybe it's Michael. No, it's Eagle.
Yeah.
There's Michael for his 3. I like this hole. It's really kind of has a good risk reward to it,
Yeah, it's a pretty fair golf hole.
Yeah. Clean lines. And there is Steve tapping to his par. And that is going to bring us to hole 18. It's a par 4. And it takes 2 great shots to get a birdie, Some par 4s you can have
2 placement shots.
Yeah, you can have a great shot and then a really easy second shot. I don't care how great your first shot is, your second shot's going to be hard. You see, you turn the corner around those Mandos, and you got this low ceiling, and you have non-skippy dirt, and that's where the basket is.
What's happening here? Where's he going?
Throw a thumber over the top.
A thumber.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, your first shot's a placement shot, so if you have a placement thumber, put it right there.
That's a great shot.
Yeah,
Wow, that's a
yeah.
great option.
Avoids all the obstacles. Just playing really smart golf all day.
Wow, why don't we all just go over the top of everything?
Because we all can't throw like eagle there. I don't think anybody can, really. Simon and Paul. That's a great layup. Or, sorry, placement shot from Michael. And Steve Rico. You're pretty solid 2D.
Yeah, Michael and Steve, and you'll see when the camera pans up, they're still looking at trees. Just a wall of trees.
Yeah. You gave yourself a lot of different gaps depending on how far this tee shot goes. And you almost kind of want to barely make the Mando to have the cleanest look. But none of them are that clean.
And we're looking at the sky again?
Yeah, we're looking at this guy again because Simon's going to do something crazy. And it throws.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So he
Wow,
actually...
he's going to make the Mando.
Yeah, he makes both Mandos, goes around the corner, and he actually almost goes OB long right there. You see it?
Yeah.
Drop down. He's actually inbounds. See? Dude says safe.
Wow, that's, I mean, there's really no landing zone over there, but I'm sure if he works on it a little bit, he's going to be looking at it too someday.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to see. Looking at Paul's second shot, and like I said, it is not an easy shot, and he barely stays in bounds. He got low ceiling the whole way, tight windows. Let's see what Eagle can do.
Oh, turn it over.
Did, and kind of nasty kick OB right there.
Ouch.
Yeah, OB down the entire left-hand side of the fairway. Rico going forehand. Needs that to simmer. Which it kind of does. Love a putt for birdie, which is really all you can ask for in this hole. And Michael Knowles throwing an Annie.
Wow, he got lucky that was fade no B
It
in
could
a
have.
hurry.
Yeah, it
and
sure
got
could
knocked
have.
out safe.
Mm-hmm. And Simon goes over everything again, this time with a
What?
hyzer. And see it drop down right there for a birdie look. And this is going to be Paul's third shot. Open a card A4. Goes a little bit long, actually. I think he's in that picnic bench.
Looks like it.
Yeah, this is
Did Eagle stay in, actually?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
So that's his fourth shot. I'm almost positive anyway.
Yeah.
And this is Michael for A3.
With the Hunter.
With the Hunter. It has really low ceiling on that putt. It almost dropped in, though.
Yeah, it's even lower than it looks on the video here.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve looking to card his birdie.
That was a good run. You got to be kind of gentle coming from that angle because OB's only about 10 feet behind, maybe 12 feet.
Yeah, very true. Paul coming back towards the basket for his par.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's pretty close for about a 35-footer off the knee.
yeah, for the knee. Simon with a nice birdie right there, taking the road less traveled. Yeah,
that was a great three.
I bet you nobody's ever played that hole like that.
I feel like it came out of his hand like a rocket on that second shot.
Yeah, it did. And that was Eagle tapping in a 5, I believe. There's Steve with a par. Paul's going to drop in a 5. And Michael's going to be dropping in a 4.
I'm surprised at Paul. That's I think last year he 3'd it all 3 times or 4 times.
Yeah, which is pretty remarkable.
Oh, Simon.
Simon with the tricks. Love that guy, man. But there it is after round 2. Eagle got within a stroke.
Oh, doing work, man. 1 OB. He would have been tied up with Paul.
Yeah, like I said, he played amazingly solid all day. But then, like, the saddest news ever, as we found out on Sunday, is Eagle smashed his finger into the Prius trunk lid on a...
That was a real shame to hear, man. He was hot. He's got great form, and
Yeah,
I really thought he was going to give Paul a run for his money.
I know nobody's given a run for his money in the 2 or 3 years we've been out there filming. I was really looking forward to it, and that happened. And I think he's sick right now too, man. The guy can't catch a break. But it was cool watching you play, Eagle. Hope to see you again. Hope your finger's feeling better. Hopefully, we can make Memorial. I think he was going to try and do that. We'll see if we make it or not. It didn't look pretty.
Yeah, let's go, Eagle. I want to see some more good golf out of you.
Yeah, man. But that is all we got for round 2, guys. Round 3 is up next. After that is the final 9, and Derek will be working on round 1. We filmed, 3 cards, Derek? Round 1?
Something, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we'll get that up eventually. Final 9 has live drone footage. Can't wait for that. Huge thanks to Andre for all that footage. And I'll stop rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Later, guys.